but I think like, I think at least I struggle with like, I don't know what living my life to the fullest, I guess, means or like looks like when it's not these like really big, exciting, you know, like we're planning a new Mochi trip right now, right? And it's like I'm looking at the last Mochi trip and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's me. Like, of course I would love to live my life in fucking Japan with everyone every day, you know, and like maybe one day we can get there, but it's like in the like day to day, you know, how do you, I guess, make your life magical or like make it, you know, what it not should be, but could be.
Totally. And this is a wonderful question, because I do think that I and everyone should err on the side of YOLO. I think that, like, why not live every day as if it was the best day of your life, you know? Like, why not just go all out every single day? Even if say, and this happens to me a lot too. Like, I really like to chill. Like, I'm a big chiller, you know? I could lie on a beach for days, like, and just not be fazed. And sometimes that's going all out. Sometimes going all out is sitting on your couch for 4 hours reading a book or something, you know, something that might seem like a suck of time or be unproductive or something like that. Yeah. But that's also like going all out. The way that I see it is I try to live every day as if it were my whole life. Just like proportionally, right? Like, of course, you know, we have to work, we have to exercise, we have to, you know, feed the cat. Like, there's definitely things you have to do, but like proportionally, I'd like to think about it like, okay, so today I go to the gym, I do some work, I read, but I also like go on a hike or go to the beach or maybe go to a music show or something. And I think about it just like in proportions, you know, if this day was my whole life, I spent this portion of it working, this portion of it taking care of myself, and like this portion of it having fun or doing something that was inspiring.
Yeah. Do you do any oh my god. Wow, hello. This is the pets episode today. Hey, don't chew at my shoulder. Do you do any kind of like manifesting, visualization? Like, do you keep a list? Do you have goals? Because like I think something too that I get crippled by is like when I think about my whole life or like what I want, like I do get very overwhelmed as to like, it's kind of like when people talk about goals, right? They're like, yeah, you can have like a 5-10 year goal, but like the important thing is to like break it down, like make a SMART goal, right? Like break it down into these like digestible pieces. And I think like it was really easy, you know, in like school and in college to be like, okay, like, because like the segments are almost there for you, right? It's like you take classes and then if you're part of organizations, you usually have like events and then you do these kinds of things. But then it's like when you break out of that, you make your own structure. I mean, you have work, but work looks different for everyone. But it's like in terms of like goals or like big picture things or like designing the life you want, you know, to create, like that is such a daunting concept for me. And so it's like, and then it becomes really easy just to like my day to day just as it becomes very ritualistic, and not in the way that I set the ritual, but more so like the ritual has already been set for me because it's like what's standard, right? Like wake up, coffee, phone, coffee, podcast, work, nap, dinner, bed, you know, like I don't know.
This makes sense. And this again I think goes to Drake really nailed it with the YOLO. He really did. He's hilarious. But I think that it's important to dream absolutely large, like largest possible. And I think that it's daunting for a lot of people, and it's daunting. It can be daunting in different ways on different days and different aspects of your life. What do you want out of love? What do you want out of career? What do you want your house to look like? And I think it's important to aim just super big and not worry about the details so much, and sort of just one foot in front of the other towards the big dream, and then let whatever comes up along the way guide you. I think that sometimes it can be intimidating to think, okay, so I want a farm in Hawaii one day. Like I want to retire just like naked in the garden, just, you know.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
And it's hard to be like, okay, well, so right now, do I start making a financial plan so I can do I start looking at properties? Well, I think yes and no. I think the idea is to be like, okay, what do I really want and why? And how will I feel when I get it? And how can I bring those feelings into my daily life? You know? Say I want to
that.
Yeah, I think that's how you bring it into today, into the present, is you sort of follow the feeling, right?
Yeah.
When I retire on a farm, I'm going to feel really calm and at peace because I'm going to be able to spend a lot of time. I love it.
I have no idea. She's never, you're special because she has never done this on a podcast yet.
She's into it. She's manifesting right now.
I
She's
guess
like,
so. Tell me your secrets, Oko. What's her life gonna be, Kat?
Whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But I think it's about following the feeling, right? Like, I want this sort of retirement compound because I will feel calm and feel at peace because I'll be surrounded by nature. I'll be in the sun. I'll make my own schedule, you know?
Yeah.
I can bring those feelings into my day today, you know? I can go on a walk and look at some trees. I can go sit in the sun when the sun comes out and have just like a little microdose of the big dream. And I think in your...
Oh, I love that. There's so many good one-liners. There's so many good microdose of your big dream.
Right.
Good. You were ready. I cannot believe that you were like, I shouldn't be on this podcast. I'm not interested. If you don't shut the
not. But yeah, I feel like it's your brain doesn't know the difference between real memories and just thoughts that you've had. It like, if you think about something over and over again, your brain will literally think it's a memory and think that it happened.
Interesting.
And that's good and bad. If you're imagining some terrible thing,
right,
your brain's going to think that actually happened and start sort of subconsciously treating you like that happened to you. But it also works in the positive. If you keep sort of thinking about what you want, how it feels when you're close to what you want, you start sort of really embodying that on a like cellular level,
right,
subconscious, and then that'll just bring you closer to the things that you want. And I get it. Like life is not easy for a lot of people. I have a Pisces moon, so I spend a lot of time like thinking about, like I spend so much time thinking about like girls in brothels in India as if like they're my sisters. You know, like I have so much compassion for literally everyone that I very much understand that life is not easy and not everyone gets to sit in LA and meditate in the sun and dream the big dream. But at the same time, it works. It is, that is the truth though, right? It happens the same where if there's someone you see these people in these terrible situations and they're still smiling, like they're still like hugging their loved ones and like can tap into that, what feels good, and trying to magnetize more of that, you know? So I feel like the circumstances are so very real, but all that, there's a lot of power within your feelings and within like your mind. There's so much power in your mind that I just think it could be like better utilized. It's just a tool, you know?
Yeah.
Life is really up for grabs. It's a free for all. Everything is made up. Go all out. That's the gist of it.
So when you went to college, it sounded like you actually went to do film school, but you went to Pepperdine. And then like the subsequent events after, which like I would love to hear, did you find that this idea of a big dream or a big vision was still guiding you, and did that change, or were you even aware of it? Curious how that, and like up until now.
To be honest, I took losing my dad and not having any sort of guidance really, really hard. Like was totally lost in the woods for a really long time. I feel like I I had no goals. I had no sort of vision. I was still very much like cloaked in this idea that like I was gonna die like soon, and so I never really even thought to plan ahead. Um, that really held me for a really long time. I'm gonna say until I was maybe like 24.
Wow.
Did I like, not take life seriously because I like thought I was gonna die.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's like wild to think about that. I had that like deep in my subconscious.
Yeah.
That like death was around the corner, so just like have fun, just strictly have fun. That was definitely a thing for a long time. It was just strictly trying to have fun, and that's also like a core part of my personality. Is like having fun and finding like the good times and things.
Right.
But I think it definitely was pretty submersed in that. In college, after college, even after college, I had this serious relationship, and like our relationship was just totally focused on like having fun and just like ignoring long-term things. And it really wasn't until I turned sort of 24, 25, and I was in this relationship, and I started to realize that the partner that I was with very much, I don't know, the energy was like that I was this broken person who like needed to be like cared for. Like that I was never going to outgrow this sort of terrible thing that happened to me. And it sort of like fed into this death aura that I felt like was sort of being imposed on me.
Yeah.
And just like as that was happening, I think that I really connected to a deep part of myself that wanted the big dream, that would rather like keep trying and potentially fail than like not try at all and die. Even if dying was this like comfortable death where you're just partying and sorry, it's raining.